Alrighty, all you Honda aficionados, so we have this Hot Wheels of the 1985 Honda CRX. But I really don't know anything about this model that Hot Wheels made. I don't recall, Honda ever making a wide body kit or wide body version of this car. And I looked up Turbo, CRX Turbo, and I don't think that ever existed either, but correct me if I'm wrong, I really don't know much about Hondas. Other than the fact that they're quite reliable, or at least they used to be. I don't know. I've never owned a Honda car, just a motorcycle. Alright, so I'm just throwing up a bunch of random images trying to see what elements maybe ended up in this design. I feel like this body kit, I think it might be a Mugen, is the most fitting in the flares, but it doesn't have these side sills. But the wing and the flares are pretty close. But then, I mean, you have this entire, scalloped out hood because there's a radiator there. But then the engine is in the rear, so I don't think that's standard, right? I had to throw this image up because that is just a crazy looking CRX, right? That's just awesome. And then here's a different, more voluptuous body kit. So there's a lot of, obviously modified CRXs, but I have a suspicion that Hot Wheels just designed their own thing here. So let's talk about the scale of this thing. At least we could check the wheelbase of this to see if it's close. So 2200 millimeters is what the internet tells me the wheelbase is on this first generation CRX. I must have hit something wrong the first time. So I'm getting 159 scale. So that makes a lot more sense. I'm guessing a lot of you guys don't care about scale. Especially with Hot Wheels, you don't care. But I kind of find it interesting, I find, comparing sizes of vehicles interesting. Alright, well, let's see what Hot Wheels did here for the details. Yeah, it's the tampo printed graphics. I think that's pretty good. There's the door handle, I think. No. Yeah? Is that where the door handle is? Strange. I'm seeing somewhere the horizontal door handle, and then others is vertical, so I don't know. Alright. Nothing on the front as far as headlights or turn indicators or anything like that. But I do like that the headlights are recessed, like the real car, or at least some of the early CRXs. And it looks like they tried to get an H badge in there too. It's raised or something. That blue bottom base is showing through the opening here. Yeah, a little paint's going to help there. That's just smooth there behind the radiator. And then it's got these bumps here. I don't know what those would be for. I guess release air pressure maybe from the wheel well. Alright. I like the details here on the interior. I also like the fact that there's no side windows so you can see them, and the color choice. It looks like there's some harnesses kind of molded in there. Yeah, there you go, some harnesses. And then this is also an interesting thing. They put a scoop up here, maybe to feed some fresh air to the driver. And then, yeah, but the main thing is there's just a giant engine in the back of this thing. Or is that supposed to be a 4-cylinder? Actually, maybe that is, yeah, that is a 4-cylinder. It's the intake plenum, and then I guess the exhaust is somewhere on this side. Alright, Honda badge looks pretty good there. I guess that's the fuel filler door here. And then, okay, wheels, I suppose. 2 exhaust tips, and then, yeah, there's a grill here. And just molded in details. So, yeah, these lights don't match up with a CRX either. But I like that they're recessed, so I can add some paint and try to get some color in there. Some more grille texture here to lighten up the rear bumper. So when was this thing originally made? 2015 copyright, so it's been out a bunch of times. So you veterans, if you know any story about the reason why this looks the way it does, was there some sort of customized, real car in the real world where someone made something that looks like this and Hot Wheels mimicked it? Or is this just one of those totally original creations that those guys tend to do? Anyways, it seems as though I can do any sort of wheels. And I'm back here. So first, start with the wheels here. These are my own turbine wheel design. And from the straight on, it just looks like some vents, but actually these vents are canted, where they're actually scooping in air. It might be hard to tell, but yeah, it's too hard at 1/64 scale, unfortunately. But you know, I was thinking about like DTM wheels and rally wheels. I really like that style of wheels. So I enlarged the tires as well, so it fills up the wheel well a bit more. I didn't modify the axle holes. These are the stock axle holes. I did have to drill this one apart because I wanted to repaint the thing. So talking about the paint, you'll notice there's a color shift. It's shifting between orange and green. And so this brand of paints here, Vallejo, the shifters, it's weird because it's labeled yellow and orange, but clearly even the label looks like it's green, and I shoot some on the cap itself to give you an idea. You know, so to me it looks like it's green and orange, but it's not labeled that way, so strange. So the color shifters, the way they work is you have to have a black base, and then I have a suspicion this paint is a bunch of clear, and they have tiny particles of these two colors floating in that clear. And so if the particles are suspended in the clear, the light hits it and refracts on the different colors. So that's how I suspect this kind of paint works, but I don't really know for sure. I'm just kind of guessing there. But I think it worked out well because, you know, the Hot Wheels was already a glossy black. So I decided to just shoot it right over the entire thing. I left all the graphics on because I wanted to see what happens. And you'll notice, yeah, you can see it discolored the white, but you really don't see it much on the red. You can see it on the blue a little bit. So the entire thing does shift, but you can still tell that it has blue and red stripes and some white lettering, so I think it works. And then the base, I shot a different color combination. It's this orange-violet. Although, I guess you can, I don't know, it seems like a stretch to say orange. I can definitely see that it's basically a purple color, but the color shift, yeah, maybe right there it is orange. So the description on that one seems a little bit better. What I'm noticing is, though, nothing really wants to stick to Hot Wheels plastic. Like, I shot this color a couple times, then I clear coated it even. But as I was assembling it, inside of this, some of that color rubbed off. It's very easy to rub the paint off of the plastic that Hot Wheels uses. So they're not really meant to be played with or fondled, that's for sure. So I added some more, you know, paint details with a brush. These are all just Vallejo colors with a paintbrush. Silver there again, and then this turns out to be smoked plastic. It's the same piece of plastic as the windshield. So I put some silver paint behind it and couldn't notice a difference. So instead I had to put some silver paint on both sides, and now I can notice, you know, a headlight difference. So then, yeah, I add some black paint to these vents, orange and silver there, a little silver there. I didn't bother in here because I know I couldn't get that to look nice, so I didn't even try. But since I had it apart, I added some details, you know, to the engine. You know, some red, silver, black. Also in there, some red harnesses, silver shift knob, and some red on those gauges, although not painted very well. Alright, but really for me it was experimenting with this color shift paint, and I think it worked well. This now makes me want to, you know, be a little more open to buying some glossy black colors from Hot Wheels, because I could just apply the color shift paint right over it instead of having to paint it black first and then applying the color shift. You know, I'm lazy that way, so yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out for black vehicles from now on. Alright, well, as compared to the one other CRX I have, and actually here's some photos here. So someone did do a crazy rear-engine CRX with a turbo, but I didn't see any pictures of it finished. Alright, so this one CRX I have is from Kyosho, and it's from a Japanese cartoon called The Mechanical Doctor. But I do suspect it actually might be 1/64 scale, just based on its size. whereas obviously the Hot Wheels is quite massive. To give you a better idea, there's the top view. Yeah. Alrighty, so let's get that out. Alright, well, you know, I can't really say I'm a, you know, giant Honda fan, but I think this was a pretty interesting, you know, vehicle that Hot Wheels did. I didn't even realize it was a rear-engined or mid-engined CRX in the blister. I just assumed it was a normal CRX, but only goes to show that I'm not a very attentive person. Alright, well, I appreciate you guys tuning in again, and I'll see you the next time I mod a Hot Wheels. Thank you.